Welcome. This video is to demonstrate one of the tricks I use when adjusting a flexible patient. It's a question I get asked often: how do I manage flexible people in side posture, and can I adjust them in side posture? The answer is yes, and I'll show you one of the tricks I use to get the patients adjusted who are flexible in side posture. Okay, we're going to pan a little bit closer because I need to show the stabilization point which I use, which I add in for my flexible patients. The leg that I'm standing on is with the foot facing up the table, and as I flex the patient's leg up, I will hold the patient between my knees or squeezing them between my thighs. This way I can control the patient from rocking or rolling off the table, and I can still control the leg to create my tension. What I'm going to do is, as I roll the patient in for the push move, is I'm going to keep that tension between my thighs and use the inside of my thigh against the patient's AS-IS, so I'll be kind of squeezing the patient to control them. So as I go to roll her in, I'll position my stabilization leg against the thigh. As I roll the patient in, I'll get that leg to where I need it to be, and now I basically have, I'm going to bring that foot back up, Julia. Lost the patient's foot, so I'm going to reset it. So now I have the patient kind of wedged between my thighs. So the AS-IS of the patient is approaching my inner thigh. So again, the patient's not rolling off the table, I have her controlled. I'll bring the leg up just a little bit more for the tension, squeezing her between my thighs, establishing my contact point, tissue pull, secondary tissue pull, roll the patient in, I have her squeeze between my legs. So now when I drop, I can hold the patient on the table and still deliver my thrust P to A. We're going to stay right there, demonstrate what I do for the pull move. Pull move stabilization is essentially going to be the same, except for I'm going to use my pull stabilization. Again, this leg right up close to the table, right up against the patient's leg. So as I transition to my pull move, again, I have the patient's thigh squeezed between my legs, now between my tibia and the inner part of my thigh. I'll make my tissue pull, secondary tissue pull, bring the patient to tension, and then I can make my adjustment from there without losing control of the patient on the table. That's one of the tricks I use for controlling a flexible patient on the table. You may hear some other doctors giving you some other hints and tricks on that, but that's the one that I use to control my flexible patients on the table. We'll see you on the next video.